It's one of the best feelings I've ever experienced. I happened to be on the field when we got the final out, and it was a long inning.
Going to Idaho, baby, Lewiston! We're going to the World Series. It's my first one. And to be on the mound and through the last pitch was something special.
There's no better feeling that I've ever experienced on a baseball field.
Jared Woods played his first game with the GGC Baseball team in 2013. He's been a part of many historic seasons ever since he became a Grizzly.
One of our first recruiting trips that we ever took was down to Pike County to watch Jared Woods, and this little guy out there playing shortstop and second base and winning a bunch of games.
It's been an honor. They gave me a place to play baseball and further my education. Without it, I probably wouldn't have ever went to college. Might have tried it a semester or so, but baseball kind of kept me in it.
Going into the 2016 season, Brad Stromdahl was not only thankful to have Woods returning for one more year, but was also thankful for the entire roster, including a newly acquired first baseman.
I emailed Stromdahl. He said, "Hey, come on down." So I came here and hit BP, and he said, "I want you to come on as a walk-on." And I came here and took a year to get eligible again, but I was excited to play again.
Zach Reinhart debuted in a Grizzly uniform in 2016, his senior year. He quickly formed a good relationship with Stromdahl. Good, yet unorthodox.
It's unorthodox because he's an unorthodox person, but it's always fun and light and just easy to be around him, and it's fun to play the game with him.
One thing Stromdahl does take seriously is the conditioning of his team. That was made evident months before the season even started.
Y'all boy ready? We ready! Y'all boy ready? We ready!
This year was one of the harder ones. We were on the hill every day. We're out there for an hour, hour and a half, doing any workout, body weight-wise you can think of, running, push-ups, sit-ups, crab walks. You name it, we did it out there.
It's not fun, it's not enjoyable, but I think at the end of the week, there's a camaraderie that is formed just through being there together, sweating together, puking together, grinding it out together.
Come on, let's go! Get to the top! Come on, Luke, go! Go! Davis, push it! One team! One team! One team! One team! Hey, Rick Flair on me, Rick Flair on 3. 1, 2, 3! Woo!
The Grizzlies carried their preseason conditioning into the winter.
Going into 2016, Stromdahl's unit looked physically ready to take on the season. But first, being a student athlete means you have to take on Media Day.
Zach Reinhart, Snellville, Georgia, first base.
Josh Merrigan, Marietta, Georgia, outfielder.
Jake Wright, Covington, Georgia, left-handed pitcher.
Alright, my name is Jabari Gill, aka JB, aka Ferrari Bar. Follow me on Snapchat.
We have great talent on this team. We have a huge opportunity to win the World Series.
3 things you take on a road trip with you.
Protein bar, and protein shake.
Spend most of my time at Chipotle. Eat a lot of burritos.
William Pascal, Norcross, Georgia, infield.
Oh, I mean, he was the heart and soul of GGC. He's the person that if you had to describe our program and how you want it to be played, that was Pascal.
Pascal, along with Woods and Reinhart, were a few of 18 total seniors, all who had high expectations for the team.
Be honest with me, how the guys looking? We're gonna be alright?
We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies started the season on the road, winning their first 3 games. Following a strong start, there was still debate on what the pitching lineup for the season would look like, with multiple players either graduating or having their season cut short due to injury. This gave more opportunities for players to step up to the mound. To begin the season, Stromdahl chose to start Adam Clark.
From a pitching standpoint, I think that the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season kind of figure out exactly who is 1, 2, and 3 and where they pitch.
In the home opener against St. Francis, Clark was named the starting pitcher. At the plate, Reinhardt's performance lifted the Grizzlies to a 4-0 record with his first home run of the season.
I don't know how to describe it to you. It was my second at bat. I remember it vividly. It was something special. I hit it. I was just coming off being hurt. I was running around the bases. Everybody's yelling at me to slow down because I was sprinting. I was not jogging. I was sprinting. I was so excited. It was just, it was good to be out there again.
The Grizzlies would then continue the most impressive streak in school history.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrenceville, Georgia, on the campus of Georgia Gwinnett College. We are live from the Grizzly Baseball Complex. Brady, congratulations here. Big win for the Grizzlies. Best ever start in school history, 5-0.
I'm 6-0. That's all that matters. I really like where we're at.
So for you guys here, off to a great start, 8-0 on the season.
And the whole team playing well. You guys are now 9-0.
How 10-0, perfect 10-0 on the season.
We can always get better. There's always room for improvement. We just expect to win every day.
Big win for the Grizzlies today.
And this is incredible for us as a whole Grizzly program.
I know I say 15-0. What's Coach Stromdahl saying in that post-game huddle down there?
One day at a time. One day at a time.
Zach, how we doing, bud?
Good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad, but I'm not the one that's 17-0 to start this season.
Every game we're 0-0.
Offensively here, this team is just clicking here. 19-0 now on the season. Grizzlies have started the season 20-0.
We know we're going to win. I'm just going to take it day by day. That's all we can do.
The Grizzlies now 23-0 to start this season.
Go out there and have the same mentality that we want to win every game.
A shout out to the team. 25-0 is tough, and I couldn't do it without them.
It's hard to win one baseball game, much less 25 in a row. When you start out, you never know if you're going to be good or not. Like, we had never played a game. And then our team, we just started meshing real fast, and we just got in a roll.
The Grizzlies went 25-0 before losing their first game. During the streak, pitcher Davis Atkins showed how reliable he was game after game.
What can you say about Davis? I mean, kid has a rubber arm, can throw for days. I mean, he's just a happy-go-lucky person, and you gotta love him.
While Atkins was pitching at a high level, another pitcher was recovering and getting ready to help lead the team to more victories.
Nikolai ended up being that guy. He was the guy that played in all the big games, pitched in all the big games, and he was coming off Tommy John. He redshirted the year before.
He's a bulldog. He competed his butt off every time, and that's kind of the mentality that he would demand from us while we're playing.
From Huntingtown, Maryland, Nikolai Urich made his 2016 debut February 17th against Tennessee Wesleyan. However, one of the biggest games of the year came against the Grizzlies' #1 rival, Faulkner University.
Entering today's contest with an overall record of 29 wins and 1 loss, your Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies.
I think they're one of the best teams we played all 4 years that I've been here. They always produce great players every year, so we always have to be on our A game, and it's a fun game because a lot of times, like, we interact throughout the game, but it's serious at the same time. Like, everybody wants to win. It gets intense.
In the most anticipated game in GGC history, the #3 ranked Grizzlies were ready to take on Faulkner, the #1 ranked team in the NAIA. Nikolai Urich started the game on the mound, where he would get a strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. Urich recorded 12 strikeouts, setting the school record for the most strikeouts in a single game. The Grizzlies walked away with a 3-1 victory.
Grizz on 3, 1, 2, 3. Grizz!
Urich was named the player of the game.
Nico.
Hey.
Nice shot, bud. Come on in, man. Come on in.
Yeah, great picture, man. Thank you.
So definitely getting the job done here today. Put this win in perspective for me. We're now 30-1. Today kind of kicked off the second leg of the season. We're going to face some tougher competition. What does this 3-1 win versus the number one team in Faulkner mean to you guys in this dugout?
It means everything. Like I said, we've been preparing all week, and hopefully we can keep going.
So yeah, off to a good start for sure here.
It was exciting. It was a good game, well played game, and they played us tough, and it was a challenge we were looking forward to, and I enjoyed it.
After defeating Faulkner, the Grizzlies were officially ranked as the number one team in the nation. When your team is this good, why wouldn't you have fun?
Entering today's contest with an overall record of 44-4, your Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies.
Every player was having a season to remember. For some, this historic season would be the last of their collegiate career.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2016 graduates.
As the regular season approached its end, 18 players were recognized on Senior Day.
Senior Day was something special. I mean, we had so many seniors, and we all loved each other, and all our families were there. I had my niece and nephew were there, Keegan and Cameron.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Reinhardt.
It's just special. It's everybody's family. It's probably the biggest crowd we had all year. And we were playing a good team, so it showed. We couldn't just focus on it too much. We had to still focus on the game, but the coaches and all the staff and everything put together a great ceremony and everything for us, and it was a great time and one of my highlights here at GGC.
It was a big weekend series. We were number one in the country. Buford was 7 in the country, and had just gone on an unbelievably long winning streak themselves within their conference. And so it was the final test before we get to regionals and before we get to the World Series.
The Grizzlies played number 7th ranked USC Buford. GGC played 2 hard-fought games in a doubleheader. As GGC walked away with 2 victories, both games showed why the baseball program isn't just like any other team. It's a band of brothers that has each other's backs.
We're closer together as a family. It's a team, and I know it's cliche to use the word family, but there's not a time that we're not hanging out or we're not together. There's a bond between this team that's something that hasn't been here in, I don't think, 3 or 4 years.
The regular season came to a close, and the Grizzlies went into the playoffs as the number 1 team in the nation.
What a glorious night here to play some baseball. And we go from the regular season to the postseason. Time to turn the page and turn it on for the number 1 team in the country.
The Grizzlies finished the regular season with 51 wins and just 4 losses. To reach the World Series, teams must win 2 separate tournaments, the AII Conference Championship and the NAIA Regional Championship. To start off the conference tournament, GGC faced Fisher College. The Grizzlies dominated Fisher, winning 13-5. They continued to win throughout the tournament. Eventually reaching the conference championship. If the Grizzlies won this game, they would advance to the NAIA championship tournament. Many players displayed a great showing, showcasing their agility, and their strength. At 6'5", Brady Hamilton is one of the hardest hitting batters on the team. He showcased his strength with a big home run in the conference championship. During the conference tournament, no player stuck out more than Jared Woods. He was a defensive terror, recording 13 outs and 12 assists through 4 games.
I work hard on my defense. That's like my favorite thing to do at practice is take ground balls. And when you got Trevor Bradley over there at shortstop, we have a lot of fun because we can do some stuff.
The Grizzlies won 14-1 and became AII champions once again.
Congratulations to the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies, the winner of the 2016 AII Baseball Championship.
Woods was named the most outstanding player of the tournament.
Jared was one of the catalysts that made us go. He had about a 3-week stretch where he was just on fire and said, you know what, this is my senior year. I'm going out, and I'm going to go out the way that I want to go out.
Congratulations.
You're dialed in right now, aren't you? This team is dialed in right now, aren't you?
Seriously.
You guys are going to turn the page here on the conference tournament. Get ready for the opening round. What's your expectations?
Expectation is to come out and play the best we can and hopefully take another trip to Lewiston.
GGC was one step closer to making the World Series, win the opening round of the NAIA Championship, and they would find themselves in Idaho. Throughout the entire postseason, the Grizzlies were mixing it up.
Well, I mean, our theme was mix. We were going to mix it in every day. That was courtesy of Merrigan, and it was just a little saying like, "What are we going to do today? We're going to mix."
Mixing. I honestly have no idea. Josh Merrigan brought that up one day, and we just started using it one day when somebody did something good. It was just the phrase we started using. You're gonna have to ask him on that.
The baseball team continued to do well. In the NAIA opening round, they won enough games to reach the championship. The tournament was double elimination. GGC had not lost in the postseason thus far. Their opponent, Lindsey Wilson, had lost once. If GGC won this game, they would advance to the World Series in Lewiston, Idaho. If they lost, they would have to face Lindsey Wilson again the following day.
We were number 1 seed. We had won the first 2 games. They lost their first game. They had to come back. In order for them to go to the World Series, they would have to win 5 consecutive games. So we really felt good. I mean, you know, we had our we had Nikolai going, our number 1, who had been basically tremendous the entire season.
In the first inning, both teams went scoreless. In the top of the second, the momentum shifted in favor of Lindsey Wilson. They scored run after run after run. Things were not looking good for the Grizzlies, as Lindsey Wilson scored 7 runs in just that inning. With the Grizzlies down by a significant margin, Tyler Oglesby came in to pitch in place of Urich.
You know, Nikolai just didn't have it. You know, that's part of life and part of baseball, where you know you could have it all season long, and that one game, unfortunately, you don't have it for 4 or 5 batters, and you know the ball falls in the wrong place for you, and it falls in the right place for them. And I think we were down 7-0.
GGC showed some life, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. But by then, it was too late. Lindsey Wilson went on to win 9-3. This meant that there was one more game to be played between these two.
I mean, that just shows you how baseball is. Like, we won 2 games in a row. We were expecting to win a 3rd one, and then just the tables turned on us.
You know, we were like, okay, there's tomorrow. So we were like, all right, let's go get them tomorrow.
One more game until the World Series. The winner of this game advances. The loser is eliminated. Off of a crucial hit by Josh Merrigan, Trey Haygood and Jared Woods both scored to put the Grizzlies up 2-0. Eventually, the score was 3-1 for several innings.
We were winning 3-1 the whole game, and then it was 3-2, bottom of the 8th.
We took a 2-0 lead, and then we had a 3-2 lead going into the 9th inning. Adam Clark pitched 5 innings, and then Davis came in and threw 3.
GGC displayed great defense for most of the game. In the bottom of the 9th, Stromdahl put in the closer, Will Solomon.
So we had everything set up for us. We had the lead, we were in the 9th inning, and we were going to win that game to win their opening round and go to the World Series.
The inning started with a Lindsey Wilson base hit as the batter reached second base.
First guy hits a blooper over Jared Wood's head. It tips off of Jared's glove as he's running back, and Trey Haygood's running in from right field, and so the guy has a stand-up double. So we're like, okay, no problem.
The next batter hits a single up the middle, scoring the runner from second.
And then the single up the middle got scored the tying run. I was like, this something sank in my heart. I was like, this ain't good.
The score was now tied 3-3 with the game-winning run at second base.
And so we walked the next guy on purpose to set up a double play. We really thought the next guy would bunt, but they didn't. So, we fought hard to get him, and he ended up drawing a walk. So we had bases loaded, nobody out. We were the visitor, and it was a tie ball game.
Swing and a miss. It gets away from Lugo. Here comes the run to the plate, and the Blue Raiders are going back to Lewiston, Idaho.
But then when we ended up getting the bases loaded, when the pass ball, I just hit the ground, started crying immediately. I didn't even watch the runner score.
Wasn't expecting it, and I was just kind of like, is this really how it ends? Because, it was a special year, and I didn't want it to end that way. I wanted to give these seniors and myself and the coaching staff something special to bring home with them. And it was just heartbreaking to have it end that way.
I truly think it was a traumatic experience because every single person in that locker room believed in their heart of hearts they were going to go to the World Series and win the World Series.
Despite the outcome of the NAIA National Championship, the Grizzlies had a season to remember. As a team, their 57 games won were the most in a single season in school history. Juniors Nikolai Urich and Trevor Bradley set the school record for the most strikeouts in a single game, with 12. Pitcher Davis Atkins recorded the most strikeouts in a single season, with 101. Center fielder Josh Merrigan was drafted in the 10th round by the Texas Rangers in the 2016 MLB Draft. Later in the draft, pitcher Will Solomon was taken in the 38th round by the San Diego Padres. Woods, who had been with GGC since the beginning, holds the career records for the most games played, doubles, and runs scored in program history. Sheldon Connor's senior season was cut short due to an injury. On March 25th against Kaiser, Solomon paid tribute to Connor by playing the game in his number 36 jersey. Off the field, catcher Brady Schopp was named an NAIA Scholar Athlete for his 4.0 GPA. Seniors Tyler Oglesby, Austin Smith, and Jared Woods all graduated in the spring of 2016.
Well, I just started an AEMT school, and I'm trying to get hired on in Henry County as a fireman. And I want to coach on the side, of course. I can't stay away from baseball too long. I coached this past summer. I enjoy it almost as much as playing.
Let's see, I'm going to be finishing school here, and the goal is to try and help out coaching here as well. I'm going to try and start a coaching career and stick with that. I want to stick around baseball. I don't want to have the office job and 9 to 5 do the boring stuff. I want to be out on the field doing something that I love. Baseball is what I love.
So yeah, I'm definitely proud of them and their accomplishments, but I really respect how they went about their business and what they meant to me, from a coach.
So as always, you've done your job this week, and Jared, I think it's safe to say for 4 years now you've done your job. When will you get a chance to reflect back on this season and your career and what you did this weekend?
I'm not sure. Probably when it's over. I'll probably just sit down and think about it for a while. I'm going to miss it.
The 2016 season will always be one of the most memorable years in program history.